Political appointees, ministers cannot apply for scholarships. And this is from Mahama. On an article and on ChannelOneNews.com, we have former President and National Democratic Congress flag bearer John Dramani Mahama says he will ensure fairness and transparency in the allocation of scholarships if he wins the December polls. Speaking at the NDC's manifesto's launch at Winneba on Saturday, Mahama stated that individuals with conflicts of interest will be prohibited from applying for scholarships under an NDC administration. Mahama emphasized the importance of integrity and accountability in the scholarship application process, highlighting that this policy is designed to prevent any form of favoritism and corruption. He assured Ghanaians that the NDC is committed to creating an equitable system where deserving students have equal opportunities to access educational support. Government scholarships have been fraught with a lot of kalabule, meaning deceit. We want to streamline it, and I've said persons with conflicts of interest will not be allowed to apply for the scholarships. None of my ministers will do it. Political appointees must not apply for scholarships. You must pay. Children, underprivileged, those who cannot afford it are the ones who must get the scholarship, President Mahama stressed. Larry, what are your thoughts on...
I thought you start from the big man.
Oh. So, Larry, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's just one of those political promises? Because, you know, during the political season, a lot is said. But at the end of the day, not everything is implemented as promised.
Yeah.
So do you think this is one of those promises?
One, I think that most of these social interventions we put in place don't really get down to the people who are supposed to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are people at the top who will hijack it,
Take everything
and give it to their wards,
yeah.
you know,
family members,
members, their friends, and many other things. Cocoa Board scholarships used to be like that. I mean, in Bishop Herman, you could have somebody who is said to be on a scholarship, and you go down, and it's actually Cocoa Board, you know, scholarship. And this is a guy who doesn't even know what a cocoa pod looks like.
Yeah.
But he's a beneficiary. How did you benefit? I mean, what you hear is, oh, the uncle works, you know, with Cocoa Marketing Board. You know, and so you kind of ask yourself, what is happening? Let me tell you another story. At Chimota School, okay, I think at Chimota Primary also, used to be a beneficiary of the school feeding program. But Nima cluster of schools, Nima, students there or pupils there were not getting this same thing. So how would Achimota school get, but Nima of all places wouldn't get? Yeah? Now come down to the scholarship thing. Around, I think, 2020, an audit report came out listing MPs and former ministers who were beneficiaries of Get Fund scholarships.
Yeah, yes.
And they traveled to all the big schools you can think of, somewhere in Harvard, Kennedy School, saying they were learning governance. Okay?
Right.
Executive masters in something, something, something. Meanwhile, the money they got, a quarter of that could pay for, let's say, a brilliant, you know, student school fees somewhere in Legon. So that's Get Fund. Recently, we were treated to the Scholarship Secretariat, where people had to pay before they are given scholarships.
Yes. That's another issue.
Exactly. And most of the people who even got the scholarships and then traveled outside, UK mainly, okay, were studying courses that Legon was offering, that Tech was offering. that most of our public schools, were offering or are offering at no cost at all. Scholarships are supposed to supposed to draw something of value to society. Now, the strange thing is this: after these guys had gotten all that, school fees paid, bursaries given, other things taken care of, after they complete the school, they don't come back.
True. Yeah.
They don't come back.
So all that knowledge, everything
stays there. And you know the strange thing, then they post that, oh, it is their parents who took them outside. When the reality is that they had gone into that, whatever, and ripped all those resources.
True.
How does the state benefit? So it's not enough to say that, listen, my children will not benefit, my ministers wouldn't benefit, so and so wouldn't benefit. How is the country going to benefit? That you need to study something that will be of value to us. So if it's medicine, we are taking you to wherever it is for you to get the best of it.
Medicine, yeah. So you can bring it back.
Bring the the knowledge down here, and come and share that knowledge. So through you, C also has that expertise.
Right.
E also has that expertise. So then we, we multiply that kind of, brain or human resources down here.
Right.
But we don't do that.
Right.
We just, and in most instances, those who are awarding the scholarship, they are even extorting money from people. The corruption in the space is massive. Where are we going with that? And it's strange that we all know what the issues are. Okay? And the beneficiaries of the GET fund, I wanted to mention names, but sometimes it's okay, let it go. But I think people know the report, aware of that report, and then who benefited at the time.
True.
But let's do something better for this country.
Right. So, Samas, in broader sense, what impact do you think this policy will actually have on educational equity and access to Ghana?
I don't know about equity in this business, to be honest. I mean, President Mahama has been president before, has been vice president before. I don't know whether it's anything new he's talking about, or he's saying that when he was president, he didn't know that people were doing that. I mean, his people were doing it. A lot of people I can mention. You understand? And so I don't think this is a debate. It's not a MPP versus NDC thing.
Who did and who did not do.
It's a canker that is eating us up.
As a people.
I think that the whole scholarship scheme that funds people who want to go to Abrochire to go and do, we should abolish it. It's one of the most useless efforts that we have put on our neck, that we change dollars and give to people to go and study outside. I said that is the most useless thing. I'm telling you, it's waste of money. It is equipping other universities in other countries against our own universities for research, for tuition, for infrastructure. Look, UK is suffering today. UK universities are suffering today. Why? Because Nigerians refuse to give money for people who want to go and study outside. One country, Nigeria, institutes a policy that discourages Nigerians from paying UK universities. And the university community is complaining. So that should tell you that it's a business they are doing. You think that they set up the university to educate Africans? No, it's business. So it's nonsense, absolute nonsense. Rather, let's build our faculties in this country. The faculties of medicines, the institutions that train medical students. What you can do is to rather pay for experts from other countries to come in, pay them so that they can teach more people. Open up access. Engineering, go to India, go to China. There are engineering faculties that have favorable disposition to Africa. It's not going to cost you. It costs between $70,000 and $75,000 a year to be in Harvard. $70,000 to $75,000 a year to be in Harvard. And for a government to sit down and say, I'm giving you scholarship as a government official, a party official, to go and study in Harvard, is wickedness. It's wickedness. For the two parties, they have all been compromised in this business. And I am religiously against funding, especially second degree education with our money in other countries. Because what you are doing is giving jobs to other universities against your own. Go to University of Cape Coast. They are doing an amazing job. Go to UPSA, another outstanding institution in the last 10, 15 years. Okay? How about Ashesi?
Yes.
And all these universities. You understand? Why are we not channeling the scholarship money largely into our
the
own
ones
universities?
here?
Every time you go there, and President Mahama says what? The people, he was doing it when he was president.
It's something
And
that
even
everybody
before
can
him,
accomplish.
others were doing it. From President Kufuor all the way to today. I can talk about President Rawlings when he was there. But before democracy, we were getting free scholarships to Eastern countries. I got one. I just didn't go. Free. You understand?
To Bulgaria or Russia.
I got two, Russia, Bulgaria. You understand? And I have mates who went there who are in 37 Kolebu who are working. Good value. I'm just saying that we are not in a place to pay money for people to go and study when we can rather buy the expertise for people to come and strengthen our faculties as we used to do in the past. This is how we built our polytechnics. We brought people from India. I remember Kanduri. Kanduri was the physics and mathematics lecturer in Accra Polytechnic. GAC went to Preset. Plenty of them. We know that. And it worked. Do you understand? Rawlings in PNDC used to bring expertise from Cuban doctors to come and help. So I'm just saying that this whole easy, corrupt practice scholarship secretary, we want to clean it up. So when I come, my people, it's not true. It is not true. Nobody has been able. Let's abolish this whole thing.
Right.
So that we channel the scholarship to strengthen our institutions. But how can we strengthen our institutions by channeling the resources to other universities? It does not make sense.
But Summers, isn't it strange that you have Cuba, of all countries, okay, with their level of expertise in even malaria, all manner of health stuff, they offer some of this. They give scholarship, free scholarships to Ghanaian students, okay. Yet the Western countries demand money, or their universities demand money before they allow you in. You get it? With all their money and all the things that they do, you have to pay out of your nose to enter a university like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's commercial.
Yes, it's commercialized.
And this is a socialist
Can you imagine
ideology,
the latest scandal about the scholarship secretariat? Some of the students who went were studying LLM. Okay, LLM. That's a master's in law. Some even got awarded scholarships to study LLB. Okay, when University of Ghana is studying
it has the same.
It has the same program. GIMPA
has the same program.
Yes.
Yeah.
UPSA, Tech runs all that.
Isn't the point I'm making?
Runs all that.
We have lecturers here. Professor Hinson, our own Professor Hinson. He's in Sweden, he's in South Africa, he's in Malaysia, in other universities. And we don't see that. Why are those universities or those countries not bringing their students here?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, they come for exchange program.
What kind of joke is this?
They come for exchange.
Let's abolish this foreign scholarship thing. Let's abolish it. If you want to go to Abroche to study,
use your own.
Use your own money. Unless very specially unique cases where we do not have the expertise.
Yeah.
But if we have the expertise, our next step is to scale up. resource it. How do we resource it? It's not that go and give them money. Oh, today this budget we are allotting 10% to universities in Ghana to help capacity building. They don't need free money. They want to have a client relationship with you. If you have scholarship for 1,000 people, let's determine that the 1,000 people we are spreading among the Ghanaian universities, so they too they can get money.
Yeah.
But Nigerians pay money to come to universities in Ghana.
Yes.
They pay
Yeah.
huge sums of money.
Togolese are paying money.
Yeah.
Guineans, Guinea. Yeah, I have some Guinean students I was dealing with. You understand? So I'm just saying that why do we place ourselves here? And it's not. You see, it goes beyond. Party A, party B, because
there's no
both
partisan matter.
parties have been compromised
Yeah.
in this space.
Yeah.
The next thing is to abolish it. 1, 2, strengthen our own institutions by bringing expertise from outside. It will cost us far less to do that.
Right.
And it's more sustainable. As we speak now, there are Ghanaian students studying in other countries whose money fund school fees tuition has not been paid.
Some of them were in Ukraine when the war started.
They had to come back.
Yeah, they had to
they had to
come
cry
back.
on
Why
social
do we do
media.
this
to
to
come
I
back.
know we have some even in Morocco. They were crying all the time that, I mean, they've been thrown out of their hostels
Yes.
because the state Ghana hasn't paid whatever it is. But so let me tell you this story. When the current sports minister was in charge of the National Service Secretariat, you know, they spent some outrageous money, almost running to $1 million, to go to Kennedy Harvard School to go and learn what? Governance and leadership. At the time, GIMPA,
Had the same cost.
GIMPA, which is under the office of the president, has the same course. Governance and leadership, master's level. And the amount that GIMPA was charging, it's not even up to $1,000. Yet we spent money.
Papa, I say it's the most useless thing.
We spent money. Oh.
Look, I say, quote me, is the most useless thing that we've done. Guess what? Going to sit in Kennedy School of Government, no, it doesn't make you any better human being than the one who went to GIMPA. I'm telling you. Because the cases that you are going to deal with, they cannot even relate.
No.
Yes, because they're not peculiar to
No.
the
They can't
environment.
relate.
Yeah.
We have cases here that will bring you better realities.
Yeah.
The banking crisis, how we resolved it.
Yeah.
Our what do you call it? Agric issues, agribusiness issues, our social sector, how telecoms is integrating into our social lives. You know, there are major issues that will provide a proper test case for people in masters in governance. You go and sit in Harvard, they tell you about what do you call it? American companies, how they are competing against Palestinians, and then you come here and China, you don't even know where to start from. I say it's useless. It's a waste of money. Any government that pays money for people to go to Harvard, people should be jailed.